Hi! Today I'm painting a castle and you are welcome to join. I really love castles and that's why I want to paint one, but where do I start? How does an idea take shape? How do you apply thought to paper? With this video I hope to show you what the creative process of a beginner might look like. So here's the plan. Step 1. Castle research. We will surf the interwebs to find inspiring castle photos. Step 2. Sketch. We'll sketch out some ideas and then choose one of them for our final painting. Step 3. Play around with paint. Choose colors, most of all, and figure out which paint to use. And step 4. Paint the final painting. You ready? Let's get started. Alright, here I'm doing some research. I'm diving into the history of castles and oh my, did I find a lot. And since this is not a history channel, I'll save you I'll save you a lecture. So I've done some googling and I landed on really liking the Liechtenstein castle in Germany. I don't know, maybe somewhat modern. It was built in the 1800s and it was based on a novel called Liechtenstein, and the castle was made after the castle from the novel. And if you look at the front of the book, it really looks like the freaking castle from the freaking book. And wow, I just love that they planted the castle on top of a mountain and it looks like it's part of it. It ticks off every fairy tale box in my mind. I will make an adjustment though, because the Liechtenstein castle has a large tower that is flat on top, and I would like it to be, you know, pointy. I like my towers pointy. Now that we've landed on the plan, it's time to get sketching! While sketching, I was really trying to keep in mind to keep it simple and don't go into the details. Just make can you call it a gesture? Aren't gesture only of humans? Are gestures humans? What is life? No. I just made a thumbnail sketch, I guess. It's a little bit large for a thumbnail sketch, but yes. I made a non-detailed sketch to get an idea of where I wanted shading and, well, get a feel for it if I wanted it, if I liked it. From the first sketch I really liked the far awayness, oh look at that castle in the distance. And from the second one, I like that you could see that it was on a rock, to put it simply. So this happened. I was wondering what would come out of my mind if I sketched this castle without a reference. But I thought I would shape the castle differently. Instead, I must have been in flow state or something, because this hand just appeared. I don't know if I'll be using this for the final painting. I might. I think it's kind of cool. But let's think about it. Today is a new day and today I will be figuring out how to paint this castle. I tend to tell myself to sketch loosely and to keep it loose, especially with watercolors, because the tighter you try to paint, the more of a mess you make. Watercolor is not very good for being precise unless you have super tiny brushes and a whole bucket of skills, which I don't have yet, but I'm working on it. Now, I am going to paint out two possible ideas. The first painting will look cleanish, because I start with a pencil and ink sketch as my foundation to paint on. The second painting will be loose, mostly the same color, starting with watercolor washes and ending with ink liner. I realized that the Liechtenstein castle, it may not be the most imposing castle, it may not be the biggest one in the history of mankind, but it is so romantic. I really like it a lot. So yeah, the choice to go for that one, it wasn't that difficult. I also tried to keep it simple, you know. My brain's so good at overthinking. And yeah, initially I could have sketched 20 different types. No, that's exaggerated. I could have sketched 5 different types of castles in 2 different ways and still not be able to choose. So I tried to intuitively choose for this one. I liked it, I like the shape of it, I like that it's on a rock. So yeah, go for it. While sketching, I thought it would be nice to put mountains in the background, to give it a little bit of more, to have something going on there. But I'm still not sure if it's better with less mountains in the background or not. It's always like choices. There's so many choices in a new art to go for what feels right. But sometimes, or many things feel right, or none of them feel extremely right at all. And well, we gotta make a choice at some point, right? The moment you realized that the camera was off. I'm sorry guys, I even was a little happy with how I painted the sky, and now you don't get to see it. Oh well, better luck next time. This is one of my favorite parts of this entire video. To see how the watercolor paint mixes with each other. How it blends on the paper. I've sped up the rest of the painting and drawing process, but not this part. This is real time. And here is where I think I made a little bit of a mistake. That red color there, I'm not happy with it. I tried to put some, purpley stuff in there at some point to make it less red. But the red is so overpowering. So I opened it up in Photoshop to see if I could do anything about it. But still, honestly, I'm not certain. I think that, making everything sort of blue might be best. And then maybe reduce the amount of mountains to really have the castle stand out. Yeah, some shading in the foreground. The hand might be the hand of a monster that is controlled by the wizard who lives in the castle tower. In order to beat the wizard, you need to kill the monster, and then the castle will crumble. Like the tiny painting I made in my last video of the woods, this castle too is in an existing world. What I mean by that is that I am creating, step by step, a fantasy world. And yeah, it is your classic fantasy world with dragons and trolls and giants and like fairies and all sorts of happy gnomey creatures. Like the tree in the previous video. I've called him Bert, and he's the keeper of the woods. I do think that this castle is owned by a sorcerer who may or may not have good intent. He might be the protector of the valley, or the guardian of the foot of the mountain. He might be Bardoon. Points if you got that one. So the idea was to film every step of the process. But yeah, how am I justifying my actions here? I woke up on I don't remember when, last week somewhere, lovely morning. I was walking around in my bathrobe with a coffee. I went to the office and I saw the painting in process, and I just grabbed the ink liners and went for it at 7 in the morning. And I didn't film it. So yeah, that happened. I hope that this video has given you some insight into what a painting process might look like for a beginner. Which colors would you choose for this painting? I am certain that some of you out there may have an opinion or two. Feel free to let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear them. And the colors I choose to use in the final painting will be revealed to you in the next video. For now, I would like to thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!